From El Macho's mindless purple army collapsing in seconds to Vector getting permanently stranded on the moon, today we're breaking down the wildest villain downfalls across the Illumination universe, plus the hidden secrets and darker theories buried behind the scenes of these films. But first, if Gru is your favorite reformed villain, drop a yellow emoji. And if you're Team Minions forever, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 1. 5 Illumination villains who got exactly what they deserved. At number 5, El Macho steals the PX-41 serum with one clear goal: turning ordinary minions into unstoppable purple monsters to build a mindless, conquering army. With Dr. Nefario's help, his plan actually starts working, until Gru simply tases him in the final battle, and Dr. Nefario finishes the job with a fart gun. At number 4, Sergei spends the film mistreating and endangering the animals in his traveling circus, and the moment he finally threatens to put them down for good, fate steps in almost poetically. The cat lady runs him over with her car, not once, but twice. At number 3, Scarlet Overkill spends the whole film scheming to steal the queen's crown and seize the throne, only for her plan to collapse the instant her castle crumbles around her, letting a shrunken-down Gru swoop in, freeze her solid, and take the crown for himself. At number 2, Bowser's attempt to conquer the Mushroom Kingdom and force Peach into marriage ends when the plumbers use the power of the superstar to defeat him, shrinking him down and locking him away for good. And at number 1, Vector crosses the line completely by kidnapping Gru's daughters, pushing him into an unstoppable rescue mode. As the shrink ray's effects wear off mid-chaos, Vector is suddenly launched straight into space, ending up permanently stranded on the moon with only a handful of minions for company. Number 2, hidden details buried in Despicable Me 3. Did you catch these background references hiding in plain sight? When Balthazar Brat's giant robot goes on a rampage through the city, one billboard in the background clearly reads Gigantosaurus Rex, a direct nod to Jurassic World. Inside Drew's massive mansion, one of the eerie clown figures decorating the halls bears a striking resemblance to Pennywise from It, a surprisingly dark reference tucked into a family film. Later, while the minions chase a runaway slice of pizza through the streets, they accidentally wander straight into a building called Mondial Productions. Since Mondial translates to worldwide or universal, many fans believe this is a deliberate, cheeky nod to Universal Pictures, the actual studio behind the entire franchise. And during that same chase, a billboard advertising Fast Car Drive flashes by in the background, a playful reference to the Fast and Furious franchise. Number 3, Despicable Me 4's formula isn't actually new. Here's something the newest trailer quietly confirms once you compare it to the rest of the franchise. The very first film gave Gru 3 adopted daughters. The sequel gave him romantic love in the form of Lucy. The third film gave him a long-lost twin brother, Drew. And now, the fourth film gives him a son of his own, Gru Jr., continuing that same pattern one generation further. On the surface, these movies play like lighthearted jabs at classic James Bond spy tropes, complete with gadgets and secret lairs. But underneath all of that spectacle, every single sequel has actually been quietly building toward the exact same core theme: family, expanding piece by piece, film by film. Number 4, 3 continuity errors in Despicable Me 4. Did you catch these small mistakes hiding inside one of the newest films in the franchise? When the family first moves into their brand new city, the baby seat is clearly positioned in the center of the back row inside their van. But the moment they arrive at their new home, that same seat has quietly shifted over to the rear right side with no explanation given. In another scene, when the minions struggle comically to climb out of the car, one minion is shown wearing Gru's personal symbol stitched onto its jumpsuit. The moment the camera briefly cuts away to Gru and back, that same minion is suddenly facing a completely different direction. And in one quiet interior shot, a framed picture hangs on the wall with clearly empty space directly underneath it. Just a few frames later, in that exact same shot, an entire plant stand has mysteriously appeared out of nowhere in that same previously empty spot. If you're enjoying these hidden secrets, make sure you're subscribed because we're just getting started. Number 5, were the girls actually planted to control Gru? Here's a theory that completely flips the emotional opening of this entire franchise on its head. Gru adopts Margot, Edith, and Agnes, seemingly to get closer to Vector's heavily guarded fortress. But the moment the girls arrive at his house, they don't act scared or unfamiliar at all. They act like they've been expecting him the entire time. Even Dr. Nefario openly complains that the girls weren't part of the original plan, and yet somehow they fit into Gru's chaotic life almost too perfectly. If you rewatch the earlier orphanage scene, the girls actually mention being sent back by multiple families before, notably not because they misbehaved, but simply because those families weren't the right fit. Miss Hattie pushes them toward Gru almost instantly, almost as if she already knows exactly where they're supposed to end up. And every single time Gru tries to stay laser focused on his villain plan, the girls conveniently appear at exactly the right moment to soften him emotionally. The instant they genuinely bond with him, his entire villain persona begins to collapse from the inside out. So maybe the girls didn't accidentally break Gru's routine by pure coincidence. Maybe, from the very beginning, they were always meant to quietly rewire him into someone completely different. Number 6. Why didn't Gumi ever become an actual demon? In Minions and Monsters, aspiring filmmaker James sets out to fulfill his dream of becoming a respected director and winning an Oscar, deciding the fastest way there is to summon a genuinely terrifying demon using an ancient spellbook to star in his movie. But after completing the summoning spell, what actually appears is a tiny, unbelievably adorable creature that looks absolutely nothing like the monstrous, tentacled illustration shown inside the book. The most likely explanation is that Gumi had simply been sealed away for far too long, allowing its true power to gradually drain away over time. There's also a clear pattern hiding inside the spellbook itself. The very first time it was used earlier in the story, a simple illustration of a cute rabbit ended up summoning an absolutely massive, castle-destroying monster instead. In other words, the scarier a creature looks inside that book, the weaker and cuter it actually turns out to be in reality. And there's one final clue tying this theory together. Gumi's complete official name is eventually revealed to be Gary Orcam Oliver Magma Ichabod the Deceiver.
I'm Gary Orcam Oliver Magma Ichabod the Deceiver.
Strongly suggesting deception was baked into its very identity from the beginning. Number 7. Is Kyle actually immortal? Here's a theory that makes Gru's already strange pet feel even stranger the more you think about it. Kyle already clearly belongs to Gru all the way back in the 1960s during the events of Minions, which would logically make him well over 50 years old by the time the modern films take place, far beyond any natural dog's expected lifespan. Whenever Kyle relieves himself outdoors, the grass surrounding him is consistently shown visibly dying and withering away almost instantly. When the Anti-Villain League runs an official scan on him, his species comes back completely unknown to their entire database. Universal Studios has officially confirmed that Kyle is part dog and part piranha, but even piranhas themselves only tend to live around 10 years in the wild. So how exactly is Kyle still alive and thriving after all this time? This particular theory suggests Gru may have unintentionally extended Kyle's natural lifespan using the same experimental immortality research quietly tied to the minions themselves. Number 8. The adult jokes hidden in a kid's franchise. Going back and rewatching these films purely as an adult reveals a surprising number of jokes that completely fly over a child's head. The exact moment one particular minion lays eyes on Lucy for the very first time, he immediately zones out into a full daydream about going on dates with her and kissing her, until Gru chases him off out of pure annoyance, strongly implying minions are apparently capable of developing genuine romantic crushes on human women. At Gru's own wedding later in the franchise, another minion is shown clearly staring inappropriately at wedding guests. At the beach in another scene, one minion strips completely naked without a second thought and dives straight into the ocean in front of everyone. In yet another scene, minions are shown photocopying their own bare backsides on an office copy machine purely to show off the results to their friends. Even while locked up behind bars, the minions still can't seem to behave themselves, lining up eagerly for prison tattoos, with one specific minion excitedly requesting a banana tattoo directly onto his rear end. And in what might be the single most overlooked inappropriate moment across the entire franchise, a minion assisting Gru during a tense heist accidentally grabs directly onto his crotch after slipping mid-scene. Number 9. Could Gru's father return in Despicable Me 5? Here's a theory circulating among fans about where this franchise's next chapter could realistically head. What if Gru's own father, the Bald Terror, makes a dramatic return in the upcoming 5th film and attempts to charm, manipulate, and slowly indoctrinate Margot, Edith, and Agnes into embracing villainy themselves, using nothing but pure charisma and calculated manipulation? This theory suggests his eventual return could finally reveal the franchise's much deeper hidden lore, potentially exposing the actual dark origin story behind exactly how villainy became such a casual, everyday profession throughout this entire universe. Number 10. 3 hidden details in Minions You Missed. When the minions first collectively decide to follow Gru, Scarlet Overkill mockingly refers to him as a little penguin.
Are you really going to allow that little penguin to make off with my crown?
While trying to stop him from taking her crown. This specific insult directly references how Gru's distinctive side profile silhouette was deliberately designed by animators to resemble an emperor penguin, since male emperor penguins are famously the ones responsible for caring for their young, mirroring exactly how Gru later ends up raising the girls himself. When Bob desperately runs through the streets of London during the tense crown heist sequence, he briefly passes directly in front of a shop called the Banana Skin, a clever double reference both to the minions' well-known obsession with bananas, and to real-world banana peel tea, genuinely known for its health properties. And during the Villain Con commercial sequence, a background map of Florida briefly displays a submarine marked with a distinct Soviet symbol, a subtle nod to the Cold War tension of that era, since the film's events take place just 6 years after the real-world Cuban Missile Crisis. And that's it! Which one of these hidden secrets surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you want the next part, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed because we're uncovering even more secrets next time.